Hello guys, what is going on? So today I'm going to be trying to do a bit of bodywork on the MX5. I'm not completely confident in doing bodywork because I've tried it a little bit before on other cars and it hasn't turned out too good, to be honest. But I've learned a lot since doing that, done a bit of research, and I feel like I could have a good go at it. I'm going to start doing the bumper because I'll show you in a minute. There's actually two little holes where the original number plate was screwed on, and there's a few little scuffs and scratches, and it's probably the worst part on the car, so that's probably where I'm going to start and see how it goes, and then I might do other bits on the car. But overall I'm just probably going to polish the whole car once I've done this. We'll just see what happens. But first off, I've got to start to remove the bumper. I've got to take out the side lights and the side reflectors, and then undo the bumper, get it off, prep it up, and I'm probably going to go and respray the whole thing, to be fair, because it does look pretty bad. So let's get to it. So guys, I've almost got the bumper off. We're almost ready to start painting it, but it's been quite a bit harder than I thought. Like, I've had to cut off one bolt, two bolts snapped off, one of the plastic ones was completely stripped, so I had to melt a new slot for a flathead to go in. It's just been quite hard. I'm on the last bolt. There's one bolt all the way down here. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get to it, but it's through a little tiny gap down there about 2 inches. I don't know how I'm going to get to that. So I just managed to get the bumper off. It was actually quite a pain. Even more bolts snapped while doing that. I think I snapped 4 in total, or maybe 5. There was like 30 bolts to take it off, or 20 or 30 bolts. I had to take the whole inside of the wheel arch liner off just to get to 2 of the bolts. But I managed to do it. Right, and look. This is why I'm respraying it. Look, all these scuffs along the bottom, if you can see that. All of them scuffs. All the scuffs around here. There's just, look, holes there, scuffs. It's just, the bumper really is in bad shape, and that's why I'm going to start on this bit. So now, I'm going to start sanding it down, take all the paint off, fill it, and then prime up, and then we'll try and paint it.
Never thought that we'd go this far. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? So that I counting days until a second go. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, start it up beyond. It's all you need to do.
So as you just saw, we put a layer of filler on the bumper because there's a slight dent and a couple holes. They're all filled now, and I'm pretty pleased with how it come out. Look, this is how it come out. It's actually pretty much completely smooth now. There's a couple of, like, there's a little slight dip there that I missed, which I didn't notice before we started. But other than that, it looks pretty decent. So now I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Obviously get rid of all the dust, and then I'm going to probably, if I have time tonight, chuck on a layer of filler primer just to fill in the rest of the bumper, sand that off tomorrow, add the primer, and then that'll be ready for paint. So guys, as you just saw, I was then putting on some filler primer on the bumper. It actually turned out looking pretty good. I ended up putting on about 6 or 7 coats of it, and then I've already sanded most of it back, and it's pretty much got rid of all the scratches, got rid of any holes in the filler, all that kind of stuff. It actually looks pretty smooth at the moment. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to wet sand it even back a bit more this morning, and then hit it with a coat, probably 3 coats of primer, and then I'll leave that at least a day to dry, wet sand that, and hit it with some black. So let's get to it. So guys, as you just saw there, I put on 3 coats of the black. It doesn't need a clear coat because from the factory this colour doesn't actually have a clear coat. It's already built into like the base colour. It actually came out looking really good. I'll show you what it looks like. There wasn't any runs. There was a few like imperfections where I didn't quite get out the scratches along the very bottom edge. But other than that, it actually came out looking really good. There's obviously a little bit of orange peel, as you'd expect from using spray cans. But I'll probably try and polish that up or something later, and it'll probably look really good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to jack up the front of the car and actually put on the bumper. So guys, there you go, the bumper is now completely on the car. I haven't put the badge back on or the number plate because I plan on actually polishing up the bumper and probably polishing up the whole car as well if I feel like it. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm really pleased with how the bumper actually came out. It looks really good. The colour really blends in well with the rest of the car. It's a really good match. There's no runs, there's a little bit of orange peel, but from it like 2 meters away it's really not even noticeable at all. So yeah, I'll show you how it looks on the car, and I'll see you next time guys.